Well, I think any coach, when you start a journey, you want to end on a high note. And we were very, very excited the way we ended. We were disappointed with the Barry penalty kick loss, but like you said, there were some really good results that we were really focusing on our defense. And I think what we want to take into this year is we really got some recruits that are built from the back, and we're really concentrating on the spine of our team, which is we added a lot more depth. We're trying to focus totally on this preseason is defending and not giving up any goals. So I think from last season, the last 2-3 weeks, we kind of got that mentality, that tough mentality and that defensive kind of workman's-like attitude. The first thing we wanted to do was prevent goals. That's the first key thing, is to get a goalkeeper, a big-time goalkeeper. We feel like we got that. And then we went after 2 big-time center backs, which is Christopher Levy from France and Anthony Janetta. He has really helped out and took a lot of pressure off of Victor Wickner, which Victor was in a lot of pressure, and really I put a lot of pressure on him to be our strong point. And I think by bringing in Anthony, it's really, Victor has taken off this preseason. Also, Sean McFarland is the other center back, as well as Javier Blanchet, who's a national team and an Olympic player from St. Kitts. And he's got tons of potential, another good athlete, and very good in the air, and very good goal scorer. That also takes pressure off of Aaron Gendreau, Edgar Herrera, who were under the gun a lot to do a lot of scoring, So I think those additions really helped us, as well as the local kids. We got Josh Davis, who's a local kid from Wesley Chapel, who's a heck of an athlete. We got Matt Campbell, who's from right down the road, and he has pretty much stepped into the starting 11 from day one. I think they all add a little different quality to St. Leo, a little different, grit, kind of bite that we haven't had here in the past. Jeffrey Will's a big, strong kid, and Mazza too, a good one-on-one defender and a hard-nosed kid. As a coach, if you want to be the best, you got to play the best. So for us, this is going to be a huge challenge, but I think there's no other tougher schedule in the conference. I think we can't start 0-3. You know what I mean? And with the +4, the last 4 games don't count to your conference. So really what matters is the first 8 games. We just happen to be playing Lynn at Lynn, who lost the national championship by a goal last December. Then we have Barry at home, and which arguably Lynn is number 2, I think, in the country, and Barry is number 12 in the country. So right out of the chute, it's a huge week for us, and as a coach, it's a great challenge. We have to earn everybody's respect. I mean, for me, for the players, as well as me, I took that up and plastered it in our locker room. I told them this is what everybody thinks we are. So I'm like, for me, I want to coach a perfect game. I want to coach every day. I want to be perfect on the soccer field. For our players, I hope they get that mentality, and I hope it's really intrinsic motivation. I think the players, that's all we could ask them for, is to be motivated every day, and I think that's a great motivation by looking at, because the most important thing, I think, is if you're respected by your peers. And right now, we don't have that respect. I think the overall goal is to win the Sunshine State Conference. The second most important thing comes after that is to get into the NCAA tournament. How do we achieve that? Is by changing our mentality, by staying healthy, by staying together as a team. I think that right now our team is a lot closer than it ever was. It's one game at a time. That's what we've been. Right now we're preparing for Warner on the 30th. After the 30th, we'll prepare for West Florida, which is a big regional game, and then we'll go one game at a time.